Another year of the same stuff. It truly never ends with this team. Where do I even begin? I mean, first things first, it was supposed to be a rebuild year. I get it. So, getting this far, whatever. But again, this is the year. The Chiefs are one of those teams that, they're just dominant after every year, blah, blah, blah. I know their record was good. They were not the best team in the NFL this year. And the Bills could have easily had that game twice. Oh, it's just so frustrating. I've been able to kind of cool off a little bit, but man, I mean, again, 2-point conversions, you miss two of them. You cannot miss two of them. Again, the Chiefs make it look so easy on their conversion attempt. McDermott continues to get outcoached, and we'll talk about him later in the video, but I've been saying it for 5 years now. The guy's got to go. He is just so involved. Again, he's like the equivalent of Terry Pagula with the Sabres. He's too involved. Again, Sean McDermott has a say over the complete game. He makes, complimentary football. There's a reason our offense just slowly runs down, wide receiver screens, blah, 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 because, the defense can't get too tired. And then the defense gets out there and they suck anyway because this defense is decimated. They have nothing. The defensive line is, star-studded. We have a whole lot of high draft picks. Von Miller, nobody shows up. Nobody gets home. Again, the secondary, Kaiir Elam has to come in, just plays terrible. Where's Cam Lewis? Where's Jamarcus Ingram? You have plenty of options out there, and he just keeps sticking Kaiir Elam out there, and it just doesn't go well at all. Again, at the end, Kincaid has that big drop. Again, an abysmal season for him. Just, between him and Dawson Knox, you wouldn't even know the Bills have a tight end. Big game for Mac Hollins. He'll be back next year, which, again, he's made a name for himself. If there's anyone that had a good year, it's him. The Bills' offensive line played all right, but it's one of those games where you get the same thing, same picture of Josh Allen on the sidelines. You're just missing Stephon Diggs watching the confetti fall. There's no difference. It's the coaching staff. The coaching staff has got to go, and they won't go because, what would happen? Don't you remember the drought? Again, you're in purgatory. You have a coach who's not good, but he's good enough to get there, and it's just one of these years you'd think they'd luck into it, right? And it just doesn't happen. Josh Allen has another solid game. He started off the game pretty shaky, but got in rhythm. It's just unfortunate. Again, those QB sneaks on fourth down just didn't seem to be working. The refs, that all they needed to do was one time flip the game with one call, and they waited for that perfect opportunity. And then when Allen gets a foot over the first down line, you can clearly see the ball over the line on the replay review. The bottom line judge just takes 2 steps to the right, says it's short. They review it for about 2 minutes, and it's not conclusive. What is not conclusive about it? You can see the ball right down the line. It's frustrating. It's the same thing. I make the same video. Again, I could re-upload last year's video in our playoff loss. I could re-upload 2 years ago. It's the same thing every single year. We play scared defense, scared offense, and we try not to lose, and guess what? We lose. McDermott is just such a feeble-minded head coach, and again, he's one of those guys where he's a good motivator. I get it, but again, he's been compared to Marv Levy, and how could you disagree, right? He's a good motivator, but he gets absolutely outcoached every time he plays anyone with a lick of brain cells, and Andy Reid certainly has a bunch of those going on in his brain. He is one of the smartest coaches of all time, and he proves it every single year against Sean McDermott, because Sean McDermott doesn't change a thing, and Andy Reid is just able to outcoach him. How many times have we seen Patrick Mahomes on 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, do that little rollout? They're not going to run up the middle. Their run game sucks. And he does that little rollout, and the defense just looks completely unaware. I mean, what are you doing all week? You have a whole week to prepare. Again, the NFL has to figure out their concussion thing. This is 2 players now on the Bills. Ray Davis comes back in less than a week, and Christian Benford comes back less than a week. Benford gets absolutely decked, literally second drive of the game, I think. They said it was a concussion. Looked like an arm injury, too. What are these guys doing back on the field? What is the protocol? That has to change 100%. Also, coaching carousel, that has to change. There's no reason why coaches in the playoffs should be doing interviews mid-playoff. Again, that there should be a deadline on when you can and can't sign guys. I get it. You could have secret, meetings with guys who aren't on playoff teams. I get the parameters behind that, but there is no reason why people, coordinators, defense, offensive, should be focused on anything other than their opponent for the whole week. So again, that's not necessarily saying Joe Brady wasn't prepared, but it certainly didn't look like the playbook changed at all. Wide receiver screen, run. Wide receiver screen, run. You throw the ball downfield 3 times all game, and 2 of them are huge plays to Mac Hollins. What do you know? It's you have the best quarterback in the league with the best arm, and you don't utilize it at all. It's just one of those things where you question it, and you get burned every single year. So That's where I'm going to end this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Does McDermott got to go? Who's the problem here? Are there multiple problems? Just sucks to be a Buffalo sports fan every single year. You'd think one of these years we'd get it, and this was supposed to be the year where everything was kind of against us, and we pulled through, and you certainly had a chance at the end of that one, and you blew it. Have a good one, guys.